Oh, it's recording. Okay. Hey. I'm looking really pink today. Yeah. So, ooh, I need to clean up. Okay. This may be my first and last video, but I just couldn't take it. I really can't. Okay. So, for those of you who may not know, and hopefully I'm not the only fan of this show, but there is a show I watch like religiously. Like there's a lot of shows I watch religiously, but this one is like on a whole nother level. And I don't really watch American television. Surprise, white girl, what? I watch Korean. I watch Korean television shows, reality shows, a lot of their dramas. Not the dramas you might think, but yeah. And I'm going to mispronounce names because I'm just now learning Korean. And I'm really horrible with names. You can ask all my friends who are Korean, even my best guy friend. I cannot say his Korean name. I'm like, I keep calling him Soju. That is not his name. It's like Seongju. I don't know, whatever. So, yeah, so I watch a lot of television shows, and one of them is getting canceled. And so I wanted to know other people's reactions. Like, I got to know I'm not the only American fan of this show. Okay, so as many of you might have guessed, the show that's getting canceled is on an SBS channel, Seoul Broadcasting Channel. And why I'm making a video is because I watched one from another very popular YouTube station or YouTube channel. I don't even know. I'm so old school. I'm like, what is this magic? I don't know. And they kind of, I'm like, do you guys even watch the show? It's kind of like they went on Wiki and talked about the show. And there wasn't a lot of passion there. One of them even said he got it confused with 2 days, was it 2 days, 1 night? Yeah, and I don't even watch that show. I've watched it a couple of times. It is nothing compared to this show. Like, seriously. Like, not to get white girl angry, but oh my God. Like, are you kidding me? It's not the same. Oh my God. Focus. Okay, yeah. So, Running Man. Yep. Not Running Man back in the day. And now there's this new Running Man. I'm like, yo, that's not Running Man. Like, even the dance isn't Running Man. But anyway, that just tells you my age right there. But, yeah, so Running Man, the Korean variety show. I've watched it since the very beginning. Like, not in 2010, but I've watched because through the magic of Drama Fever and Vicky, shout out to both of you. I have watched all the episodes like religiously, and even the ones that are actually missing, I've found through YouTube and I've watched them. So at the very beginning of this show, there's been a lot of ups and downs. They had one PD, which is the, kind of like it's the director. They're called PDs, and I'm sure there's people who know what they're talking about actually know what a PD is. But I just know they're directors and producers of the shows. So anyway, they had one from the very beginning, and then he left in March. Supposedly he left in March to go do Running Man over in China because it's called Hurry Up Brother over in China. And it was doing really well, and they wanted his magic over there. But when he left, they got a new PD who actually wasn't that bad. I mean, you could tell he really, really tried. But the ratings just weren't there. But because I think in Korea, they're kind of getting tired of the same old, same old. But the thing to me, it wasn't same old until the last 2 months. I'm like even made comments on Twitter, like, are we going to recycle titles? They kept using like suspicious, whatever. And I was like, mysterious. I was like, can we think of a different concept? But none of the shows are the same, except for the last 2 shows. I feel like I was like, I'm watching the same thing. Although recently with Twice, it was kind of okay. And I'm not a huge Twice fan. They're huge. Twice is a K-pop group, if you don't know. You need to get your lives together. So do I. I'm so ashamed. But anyway, it's a huge group over in Korea. But Running Man, like at the very beginning, there were 6 of them. Song Ji-ho, who I love, she's an amazing actress, was not part of the original cast. She was supposed to be possibly, but they wanted to try her out. And so I believe episode 4, she actually became a member. No, that was a tryout to see how she intermingled with the others. And she actually had really great chemistry with the cast, which is funny because in their like 300th episode, where they talked to each other, and she talked to Kwang Soo about how, you know, there were many times she wanted to quit, and he actually helped her like not quit and just let her rant like a little brother. She ranted to him, and it was very helpful. And this is really hard to film because I don't have anything fancy. I'm using my iPhone, but anyway. So if the camera shakes, I'm so sorry. I'm like holding it. My bad. But anyway, so yeah, so she came on. She wasn't there from the beginning. She was supposed to be, but they weren't sure. And then she did really well with the cast. She ended up being part of the Monday couple with Gary. Gary just quit in I want to say October. I really think it's October because they did 2 episodes with him. I cried like a baby. I did. And then there was one guy, and I always say his name wrong, Song-ki, whatever. He's really popular over in Korea. He's a very handsome actor, but here's my issue. Everybody loves this drama, Descendants of the Sun, and I'm going to get so much like clap back on this. But for real, y'all, I see him like as a little brother, and because of Running Man. So that was kind of the issue. I couldn't get into Descendants of the Sun. And I love the actress. I can't say her name, but I've seen her like Full House and all this stuff. But not Full House, the American version. It's with Rain, and yeah, it's awesome. But anyway, so I just couldn't get into it because I kept thinking of him as a little brother, and it was hard. But anyway, so the whole Running Man controversy. The show's been on for many, many years. They're trying to do an all-comedian cast, and the thing is, Kwang Soo is not a comedian. He is a model/actor, which is surprising for a lot of people, but he's actually, like, he has his moments of cuteness, or what I call MOPs, moments of pretty. Like, you're like, man, I'm looking kind of pretty today. That's what I call a moment of pretty. But anyway, so they decided to do this, but how they did it, like the other video said, was, you know, they called Kim Jong-kook, who is a member of Turbo and a solo artist in his own right, and said, oh, by the way, you know, this is what's happening, blah, blah, blah. And then Song Ji-ho didn't even find out until it went on the news. And I don't know. That really rubbed me the wrong way. And there's no reason to change it like that. Like, you should have gone to your cast, who are all like amazing, like actors, comedians, actors, actresses, like singers, gone to your cast and said, hey, what do you think we should do to fix the show? Like, what can we do different? What do you think would appeal to the audience? Because the main, the oldest, I think he's older. No, he's not. I think he's older, but he's really not, because Jae-suk and Suk-jin are the 2 oldest, and they have a lot of experience in this, and they should have just gone to him and said, hey, you guys, you know, our ratings are plummeting in Korea, but over abroad, there's a lot of fans in China. I know there are tons of fans in America. So I just wanted to know what you guys were thinking as fans about the whole Running Man situation. They have canceled the show because of this whole controversy, and so now we're not going to have Running Man come. There's 2. Someone keeps saying January and some are saying February. So we're not going to have Running Man anymore, and it sucks. I really didn't like in the beginning how they did the running balls. They used to have to collect these, the Running Man running balls, and if your ball didn't get picked at the end, you had to get a punishment. I thought that was stupid. I mean, some people like it, but whatever. I like the name tag game. The name tag game to me never gets old. It really doesn't. But there are a lot of really good themed ones. Any of the superhero ones, I loved. I love the horror ones where Susie and Jiho are in it, where they're out of school. I'm not going to spoil anything. And then I like the zombie one was actually almost like movie level. Like I was like really impressed. I think that was with the new PD. So yeah, but the issue is like if you don't watch Running Man at the very beginning, then you can get confused. So if you're rushing to get home and you want to watch Running Man and you live in Korea and you're trying to watch it, first off, you can't just start it in the middle. So that is, I get where they're coming from with that. But the thing is, I wish they would take into account all the people who watch it on Drama Fever, all the people who watch it on YouTube, all the people who watch Running Man through Viki or any other on-demand, I'm not sure if it's on demand Korea, but like, I wish they would just take into account all the ratings, not just in Korea, because I know a lot of people are upset, myself included. I mean, I'm going to move on with my life, but because I still have Happy Together and Hello Counselor. So yeah, so this is probably my only video. I don't care if you subscribe. I don't care, whatever. But I do care if you are a Running Man fan and what you think. So yeah, that's about it. Bye, Running Man.